Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I just want to say a few words. Let me introduce a few people. So, my name is Jeremy. For those of you who don't know, I'm the interim executive director for CT NOFA. After Dina went back to full-time farming, I stepped in the role. I've been very lucky to work under some really great executive directors, two of which are here, Eileen and Dina. But Dina has really turned this organization around in the last few years. There's been more engagement, there's more excitement. Our programming has been better than maybe it's ever been. Thankfully, she set up this year very easy for me. So all I have to do is do the things she already set up and I'll be good to go. I'm so happy to have worked for Dina and continue to be in her life and her friend. And we are very lucky at CT NOFA to have Dina lead us the last couple of years. So thank you, Dina.
Thank you all. You're amazing. Thank you again.
But I wanted to thank everyone here today for supporting CT NOFA throughout the years. Our work now is more important than ever. And I reflect on this award, which I'll introduce Suzanne shortly. The Building Organic Living on the Earth Award is not just an award, but it's also a call to action and a way to remind us that our work is not done and that this work, again, is more important than ever. Bill entrusted us to continue his work after he passed away. This award is important for many reasons, but for me, it's a call to action, and not just for CT NOFA, but for each of us individually, all of our businesses and organizations. It's a good reminder of the work we're doing and why we're doing it. So now I want to introduce Suzanne, who needs no introduction, who's going to talk a little bit about our awardee today. A little bit.
So many familiar faces and some unfamiliar faces whom I really want to get to meet. I think as time progresses, people forget the people who came before us. I mean, we're experiencing that in so many ways in our current situation, that so many things we took for granted in the 60s, for many of us who are from that generation. We were going to change the world. And we really believed we could. And then a lot of stuff happened, But some people never lost the faith or lost the ability to envision a future we could all live with sustainably and happily, This award is in honor of John Pittari's wonderful work over the years. You and Bill go way back, way back. I remember when the store was in a different place, and local farmers were selling you stuff and people were buying it, and you've made it grow into a wonderful thing. You've educated so many people, and congratulations. You're such a deserving candidate, and thank you for your service. Okay.
Get off the stage.
Really, the thing that I had been thinking of, this past week about Bill was that really CT NOFA is an expression of Bill. Bill lives on in that work and through us, and collaboration, the inclusion and the caring, all that is imbued, and it's just the way CT NOFA operates, and I think that he really is very glad that where CT NOFA is at now, and I'm just really very touched to be recognized for just having been around with Bill, and a very big part of Bill was that he showed up, and I think that's really what the work is showing up. And that's how I met Bill. He showed up for a small little group of 5 people, hippies, who wanted to know how to do compost, a compost pile. Bill showed up on a Saturday morning, and we made a compost pile. I think showing up, that's, I think, what I would want all of us to do in memory of Bill. Just showing up.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I'd like to have the caterpillar.
I got to know Bill at the end of his life.
which was an honor. I told Bill, we're going to have an award for you. And this was a month or two before he died. And he said, that's great, I had to do it. So how do we get to John? I nominated John as Dina did. And I'm wearing this shirt. It's the only shirt here, if anybody can see, it says CT NOFA on it. It was a winter conference, and I came and I saw a guy with a shirt just like this. He didn't look like Bill at all. You know, not at all, friendly, smile, you know, and I said, who is that guy? And he said, well, he has a great store in Connecticut. And so as I got to know Bill, really to be a successful in learning how to be organic, living that lifestyle, a better lifestyle that can be expanded more than just organic living, you know, the earth, the environment, everything we have that we're concerned about. I got to know John and his store and saw really all the customers that came in there were learning how to love organic and live organically as I did. So I've had a transition, and it was an honor to have him as Bill's award this year. And as we said, the Nobel Prize, I said, Bill, the Nobel Prize of Organic Living is your award that we're going to do. So we have to keep it going as long as we can and make it bigger and more people know about it. So.
When I was hanging around with Bill, he would often talk about John. He loved John for two reasons. He loved the person that you are, and he loved what you did. And you exemplified what Bill stood for, and perfect. You're the perfect person for the award. The other thing I want to say is just a couple days ago was the anniversary of Bill's graduation. And looking forward to seeing him. I'm in no hurry, Bill, but you know. I was taking down my peas, and Bill one time scolded me but good. He grabbed my wrist and everything because I was yanking out annuals. And he said, cut them, leave the roots in the ground, let them rot and form these beautiful channels and all the organisms and all the... So when yesterday or the other day when I was ready to pull out my peas, Bill came to me and said, no, Mike, cut them. And I did. So, I mean, he comes in so many different ways all the time. Suzanne and I have stayed really close. And Bill lives through you, you know, and you live through Bill. And you said you were one of the, Bill was one of the people that, like, from the 60s that lived his life the way that he planned back then. So do you. So do you very much. So, a lot of love.
So I'm a terminal optimist who has negativity relapses, but I just want to say that groups like this and people like John and people like Bill, people like Dina, everybody here, is proof that we will be successful and we will turn it all around again, despite all the negativity and all the rollbacks and all the crap that's happening in the world. What you have done, as what Bill have done, you know, we think of Bill as a trailblazer, and so are you. And your story is absolutely incredible. To have New Morning Market thriving today in a real way, with all the competition that there is, and people coming from all over because they know what they can get at New Morning Market that is different than all the other places who are doing good things and trying to do the right thing. But you have done this for 50 years. It's absolutely incredible. And in the video, I remember you saying, I'm glad to know that what I was doing was in line and it inspires me to keep going. Of course it's in line. You and Bill were the same, but you took those different tracks, but you also brought in the entire community of people and taught them to do the right thing, to eat the right thing, to live the right way, and we will survive.
I wanted to just say thanks to John because I've been able to work with you for the last 10 plus years as a member of the board, and I've been incredibly grateful to come to your store at the New Morning Market, and it's where I see the NOFA mission all come together. It's where I see the growth and viability of farming in Connecticut come together. I know there's a number of growers who could come here today and say, I sold my first bit of produce to New Morning Market. John made that happen. I know there's a number of consumers who could go into the market and say, this is where I'm getting a taste of organic food. This is maybe the only place where I could get it. And our mission as Connecticut NOFA is to make organic farming and gardening and landscaping viable. It's to spread that mission, and it doesn't happen without New Morning Market. You've been doing it. You've been the pioneer, as Eileen just said, and I feel like it's all realized when I walk through those doors. And that you talked about showing up. You know, I think you're I don't know if we have the number right, but I think you're the original Connecticut NOFA member. I think you might be number one. You've been in it since the beginning, and you've been on the board, you know, for 10 plus years now, while also managing the store. You know, you are the dedication, and you are where it all comes together for us. And I've been feeling so lucky to work with you over the years. You know, you've hosted us through meetings, retreats, gatherings. You've fed us, you know, and I think, you know, you're bringing the nourishment, you're bringing the people together, and I'm just so grateful for you and what you've done over the years. So thank you.